Hey everyone, it is Jessica from PlanIt Southern, and I walked out to my car to go to church and realized that I actually had a few minutes to do a video. And hey everyone, it is Jessica from PlanIt Southern, and I had watched Sarah from over at Willow Muck, and she did a video in her car too because she had people over and it was just quiet. But I said, you know what, I am stressed, like strapped for time right now, so I'm just gonna do it when I can do it because I really wanted to get a video up for you guys. So this is gonna be my check-in for my One Book July. It is the 24th, but I haven't made many changes in my planner setup here. There's only one change that I made, but it was the layout and not so much exactly what I did. So I'm using my B6 Claire. This is the same one that I showed on Instagram for those of you who may have saw that Insta story flip through for One Book July. This is what I'm using. It is a Chic Sparrow. Actually, there's two changes that I've made, but not to my actual planner, just to my notebook. So as you can see, I have two pens that stay on. This one is a Lamy. It is a medium nib, and this is the Vibrant Pink All-Star. It is a fountain pen. And then this is just a Stadler pigment liner in a 0.5. And they're both with black ink because I'm really digging the black ink right now. So originally I was going to use the Leuchtturm as my bullet journal and just do my bullet journaling in that notebook. And then I had purchased, I believe I showed you guys some DIY fish inserts that I was going to use as well. But that only lasted about a week before I listened to Carrie Harling's video where she talked about putting everything in one book and how she did hers a day on one page. Watching her video completely changed my setup. So let's get into what I have because I haven't shown this on YouTube yet. So like I said, Chic Sparrow Claire is the Outlander leather, and this is a B6. So the very first insert I have here is there we go. It's just an old Planner Society kit, and this is the bag. And I have a Tomoe River insert. This one is just a grid paper, and it is from Paper Penguin Co. And I will link everything below. I'm going to try and get this video up tonight when I get back from church. The second is just more Planner Society paper and one of their die cuts. This kit is from August of last year. And then that's the inside of the paper, and these clear dashboards are from Chic Sparrow as well. This is another Paper Penguin Co. B6 insert Tomoe River paper, and this one is my knitting book. So in it, I have an index on the first page, of course, and I've numbered the pages, and then I have a project list of projects that I want to do. Measurements for like socks. Here I have my Christmas knitting. Isn't that the cutest washi? It is from Michael's. But I also have blotter paper from Erin. I got it from Goulet Pens a long time ago. So I have my pen on a pen loop. An Erin Condren pen loop that I have. Thought I saw somebody coming up to my car, and I shouldn't because I'm at home. I literally just walked outside and got in my car. So anywho, this is the other side of those notebooks. I'm trying to stay where you guys can hear me. And again, Planner Society paper. So this third insert is just called Notes and Things, And this has moved with me from notebook to notebook. It's just leadership meeting notes, recipe list, notes for things, so that all of my notes can be in one place and not in my planner, because I don't take a ton of notes, only at like meetings and such, but I don't want to have to feel like I need to copy those from month to month, especially since I'm using the Lloydstrom B6 Plus soft cover. So I can only get about 2 months of planning in one book, the way that I'm doing it now. So let's see, that's the third insert, and then I have one more printed insert, and this is for my orders, which this is the second insert I've printed. This one is from Annie Plans, and it's the collab that they did with the Planner Society. That's what it looks like blank. And for those of you who have asked me, I actually buy the HP inkjet paper that's the 28 pound, and that is what I print my planner inserts on. It's a little thicker than printer paper, so it doesn't show or bleed through. And then fountain pens, or any pen really, are amazing. No shadow that you know, I can tell anyway. And then here is the Lloydstrom, and I have a piece of acetate from the Planner Society kit, and flip through here. Uh-oh, I lost my bookmark. It's okay, I'll get it. So the very first page is the index, and I've already indexed out all of my pages. I have July 2019 and my key, and then here I have all of my mild liners and what those are color coded for. Then I have my month on one page, and I'm really loving how this is. So I can write out all of my events. I can see all of my events there. The dashes are for each week, and then I use the dots in July. The calendar dots from my shop, I use those for my bills. And then I have a monthly to do. I have the next pages are for freezer inventory and pantry inventory, but I haven't used those, so those are not moving forward. And then I just have all of my zone cleaning from the Fly Lady that I have written out. So that's in the front of each month. And then my weekly home blessing starts my weekly pages. Then I have my routines for each week. And there goes another one of my Planner Society bookmarks from a kit. They fall out. Not anywhere, just when I have my planner open. And then I have my meal plan for the week. And then this is the very first week, and I kind of mixed up notes and days. I made a packing list, more notes, and even though I did like it this way, it still, I couldn't pre-set up anything, and I did not like that part. So there's on to week 2, where I did my weekly home blessing, followed by my routines page, my meal plan page, and then a weekly overview. And then I moved into, again, for the second week, I thought I only did 1 week. The second week, I did just a running, you know, I did a bit of journaling if I needed to. So I'm just going to move to the next week because that was the same. So this is where it really kind of changed. So I have my weekly home blessing, and I have my weeks page, and then I have my meal plan and my weekly overview. And I really like having the weekly overview so that I can write out any appointments and see them all on one page. And then I added, this is when I combined the the daily page. And then I had, I'm going to cover this part up. Then I had my to-do list and the hourly. And then at the bottom, I just did a bit of journaling if I needed to. So, that is how I did that. So, here's another page. This is where I started at the end of each. So, at the bottom, you see that black square? I also got that from Carrie Harling, where she did, at the end of the night, she would go through and see all of her undone tasks, and then she would split that square into 2 triangles, one for one page, one for another page, and at the end of the night she would go through and migrate tasks or move them wherever they needed to go. But I'm really loving this setup. So at the end of each night, I would highlight things that were not done so that they were easier to see the next day. And if they weren't completed the next day, then I migrated them to the next day, so I didn't have to keep flipping pages back and forth. So here is the last full day. And then I did Saturday, Sunday, and then notes down at the bottom. And that is pretty much how I have planned. I'm not going to show you this week because it's not done yet. But I have my pages mapped out all the way until the end of August. And in this insert. And then I bought another insert. And then at the very back, I have monthly pages for September, October, all the way November, December. And then I have this, which is just 2020. And I have January through June, and then July through December. And then in the back, I just have a bunch of pages for notes. And then I can just mark the page number on that day and say, you know, notes on this page. So that's how I've done it. This back book here is the same Lloydstrom notebook, but it is for the security team or the emergency response team at my church that I just took over a portion of that. So I don't want to show that on screen just because it is a safety issue thing. Let me get my bookmark. It fell somewhere down in here. But anyways, now that I have shown you my planner, I had just enough time to actually show you everything before it's time to leave. So if any of you guys remember those car vlogs from last year, I thought for the next few minutes I would just talk to you about, you know, I don't know that I locked my front door. Hold on one second. Let me go see if I actually locked my front door, because hold on. I did. My mother-in-law came over today and for a few minutes. So I couldn't remember if I locked the door behind us or not when I come back in. Woo! It has been hot here in Charleston, y'all. It has not been that hot today. It's only 83, but the humidity isn't that bad. But for about the past 3 weeks or so, the heat index has been well over 100 degrees. So it has been hot. But so I just wanted to chit chat with you guys for a minute, kind of catch you guys up on the whole One Book July thing. So I really, really love that I did One Book July this month. I listened to on audiobook the Bullet Journal Method by Ryder Carroll, and that is kind of what drew me into doing One Book July this month. I really could have cared less about actually doing one book, you know, but I wanted to kind of see what this whole system was about, because in the years previously, I've tried bullet journal and the bullet journal method. My dear friend Julia over at Planner Jules here on YouTube and on Instagram, she's Planner Jules. She has been doing the bullet journal method for a long time. Well, since I've known her, she's planned in a bullet journal. And she's switched, around, but mostly she's done some kind of form of bullet journaling. And I've tried it. I tried the boho berry style, and I just could not get the hang of it. But after listening to Ryder's book and doing what he suggested and looking at some of the things that come in the book, because I actually went and got the hardback book too, because I love the book so much, and I've turned it on to one of my friends. I've turned her on to the book, and I actually shared the audio book with her because she had not had a friend share a book with her. She got to listen to it for free on Audible, which is so cool. But I think I can only share it one time, because I tried to share it with my mom as well, and she couldn't get it to work. Could just be my mom, but it could also be that you can only share a book with one person. I'm not quite sure, but anywho, it's a really, really good book. I really suggest that everyone read it or listen to it, because it kind of changes how you look at things. Since I started on the bullet journal method, the original bullet journal method by Ryder Carroll, I have carried my planner with me everywhere. If I have an idea, I will jot it down in my notebook, and it's just been really awesome. August, I've already kind of planned out my days in August, but in September, I plan on setting up every morning, only because I really didn't like it, because I couldn't do my days, but I also liked that I had empty pages in between that I could take notes in a meeting and have them right there. So I think I'm going to try that for September, but I've already kind of got my pages headed and all of that for August, so I don't really want to mess up anything. It'll also give me a whole nother month to kind of see if, what I need to do, what I want to set up, if there's anything that I want to change, any monthly pages in my first part of my spreads that I want to change, stuff like that. So, yeah. I also, even though I love B6, I've also thought about just doing these little B6 slim kind of inserts until the end of the year, and then in January getting an A5 Lloydstrom. I like that idea, and then I can kind of do my notes and to-do list and stuff like that in my planner, in my B6. But I like not so much the room, but having a larger notebook that I could fit a lot more into. So yeah, that is what I've been up to. That is why I've chosen the bullet journal method, and I have fallen so deeply in love with it. I don't see myself kind of changing from this, but we're planner girl. I'm a planner girl, so you never really know. I could fall in love with an Erin Condren tomorrow. I don't see it happening, but I could. And what else was I going to tell you? Oh, I have fallen back in love with fountain pens because of listening to that. I have kind of tried to journal if I have some room on my daily page. I've kind of journaled, and not really like a long journal, but just kind of jotted down, what happened that day, if something happened, if something was really good that day, or if I was really stressed out about something. And I have found that if I have a little paragraph, little tiny spot for it, that I can kind of jot things down. And then when I have extra time, I have gone and written long form in a B6 Slim, and I've written long form in there and journaled in that. And that it's been really nice, because then I feel like I've got an idea and I can read that little paragraph 3 or 4 days later and I can remember everything, and then I can go back and really write about it. Give me time to kind of mull over it, you know, stuff like that. So that's my tips and tricks for One Book July. This video has gone on a lot longer than I thought it would, but I wanted to give you guys my thoughts about the method. We'll probably not do another check-in, although I might kind of give you guys a flip through at the end of July, depending on what you guys want to see. If you want to see my planner at the end of July and kind of do a flip through and see what's going on, then let me know. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!
You gotta listen up, listen up. There's not a thing that I can't get from you. Boy, I don't need that much, need that much. How can I tell you what I want?